All right, on to our next little bit of wine trading. We have a new menu coming out, winter 2023, correct? Right? Not a lot of changes. We got 3 changes by the glass on that menu. We got a sparkling wine, a Blanc de Blanc. We have a new Chardonnay that's replacing the Chablis, and a new French Rosé. That's our entry-level rosé by the glass. So starting with the Blanc de Blanc, so all white grapes. This is a Cava this time, the Freixenet. Dry, apple-like in the nose, like baked apple coming from the yeasts. Very, very nice. Ben, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you think about this wine?
I mean, I think this is a great kind of entry-level sparkling wine. As Sean was saying, you get like a little bit of baked apple kind of citrus on the nose. Just really crisp and dry finish, which is generally what a lot of people are looking for. I'm sure a lot of you guys get people asking for a Prosecco by the glass. This is going to be kind of your closest approximation of that. Good effervescence. So all around, I think it's kind of a really good, like I said, entry-level Blanc de Blanc sparkling wine.
So again, the thing to remember about this is not champagne, because it is not from France. It is a Cava from Spain, but it's made in the Method de Champenois style, which you can both smell and taste that yeast on the wine. Probably my new favorite addition to the wine list is a Tasmanian Chardonnay. And I'm going to answer the question that Ben asked me off camera, which was, what were you thinking adding a Tasmanian Chardonnay to the menu? Tasmania is an island that is just south of Australia. Of course, we know Australia is a major winemaking region in the world. This wine is the ultimate oyster Chardonnay. Devil's Corner is a oceanfront piece of property known for sinking ships, in years past. So this is a waterfront vineyard, so it's getting a lot of that coastal exposure and really cold nights, which is really driving up the acidity in this wine. So we're calling this Chablis style. We no longer have a Chablis by the glass on the menu, but a person that's looking for that Chablis is looking for that like lime peel, citrus, not buttery, very mineral wine. So you're going to get that 100% in this wine. This wine sees 100% malolactic fermentation, which when you taste it, you almost feel like there's no malolactic fermentation. So imagine if they didn't put it through full mallow, and then it does see French oak for
3 months.
For 3 months,
yeah.
Yep.
Pretty light on the oak. This one's really good for people that like a little more like fruit forwardness to their Chardonnay. It's got a lot of kind of interesting like melon, tangerine notes on the nose. But as Sean was saying, it still finishes like very crisp, very dry. Still a very good kind of high acid Chardonnay for people that want that more crisp acidity to go with their shellfish or fish. You might detect a little bit of creaminess from that malolactic and the French oak. But again, finishes very clean, very dry with just kind of some interesting citrus fruit on the front end of this guy.
And just to make mention one more time, this is not your California buttery oaky Chardonnay.
This is not your oaky
and that's why
buttery
we're
go-to.
in quotes on the menu calling it Chablis style. So it's very clearly that. And then a big change for us that we've gone away from was our Rosé by the glass. We're now bringing on the Envoy, which is from Beaujolais, that's not something that you typically overly hear rosé from Beaujolais.
Yeah, I've never seen a Beaujolais rosé before. I've gotten them in the past, but always just gone for the straight red.
Yep. So Gamay is the wine that we would know in red Beaujolais, right? The very fresh drinking varietal. So it actually makes sense as a rosé. It sees 8 hours with skin contact, so it gets this like nice, almost like burnt strawberry color. It's a very, very pretty wine, and it's just a great French rosé. Beaujolais is in central France, right in between Rhône and Burgundy is where you're going to find that region.
Yeah, and I feel like Beaujolais has always been known a little bit more for a little more fruit-forward wines. So you get a lot more of that kind of flavorful, ripe citrus fruit right at the front, but still finishes with like kind of clean acid. So it still works for your very dry white drinkers. I feel like this one's kind of a great rosé for people that again want to taste a little bit more of that fruitiness, but don't necessarily want to have the kind of lingering sweetness that you might get with, say, our Tavel, the other rosé we have at glass. Again, I think this is a great upgrade from the Camp Rouget that we've been running for a really long time. It'll pair well with just about any seafood you've got on the menu. I can see it going well with some of the spicier things too. You can do it with a little bit of our calamari, something like that. So this one will be an easy kind of crowd pleaser to sell.
It has the, to me, I find it's got the sophisticated notes of like orange zest, white pepper in it, which kind of just makes it a little bit more complex. Like I said, it's not just like, oh, that was a glass of rosé. Like, oh, that's a great glass of wine. So again, our 3 new wines, we have the rosé, the Tasmanian Chard, and of course the new Blanc de Blanc by the glass.